President Donald Trump, his eldest sons, and the Trump Organization have been granted permanent immunity from existing tax audits. This is a legal shield that critics say puts the president above the law. The immunity deal was struck to halt a $10 billion lawsuit filed against the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS. Under the agreement, the IRS will be permanently barred from pursuing tax claims against Trump, his family, and his businesses. The deal effectively closes the book on years of tax scrutiny that had followed the Trump family long before the 2024 election. The move comes after the Trump administration established an anti-weaponization fund. The fund was set up to protect individuals from what the administration calls politically motivated government investigations. However, critics say the fund is itself a political tool. Democrats argue it is being used to shut down legitimate legal oversight of the president and his family. They are demanding full transparency on how the deal was structured and who approved it. Some lawmakers are calling for a congressional probe. The White House has defended the arrangement. Officials say the lawsuit against the IRS was costing taxpayers money and that the settlement was a practical solution. They deny any wrongdoing and reject allegations that the president is using his office to shield himself from accountability. Never before has a sitting United States president secured this kind of blanket protection from tax authorities. Legal experts warn it could fundamentally weaken the independence of the IRS. And joining us live on the broadcast from Washington, D.C. is Mr. Ray Locker. He's a senior journalist, author, and also columnist. He's now joining us live on this broadcast. Mr. Locker, it's good to see you, and thank you very much for your time. What do you make of this ruling on IRS? Do you think the president is now above the law with that ruling?
Well, he thinks he's above the law. He thinks he has a free pass from the Supreme Court that declared him immune from prosecution for acts committed while president. Look, if Watergate under Richard Nixon was a cap gun of corruption, this is an atomic bomb, an H-bomb of corruption. I mean, remember, this is a 34-time convicted felon on fraud charges who somehow got elected president of the United States, and now he wants to protect himself from the IRS. Remember, he hasn't paid income taxes in God knows how long, and his family is doing everything it can to enrich itself while he's president.
The Democrats say that this should be a congressional matter, that the Congress should come in and do something about it. What can Congress do at this juncture?
I guess they could somehow find a way to delay the expenditure of this money. I don't know if it has to be approved by Congress or not. They could file a lawsuit to try to jam it up in the courts before Trump starts to administer these funds and send them to various people. I don't really know. I mean, the problem has been this Congress, controlled by Republicans, has not been willing to challenge Trump. And as we've seen in recent weeks, and including last night, Republicans who have challenged him have lost their primary elections. So the appetite to take him on is diminishing.
Mr. Locker, the terminology forever tax audit immunity, I think it's a problem for Americans, because when you include the term forever, then that becomes a problem.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. When he's out of office, the IRS can go back and do whatever it wants. I don't think this settlement is enforceable. It'll certainly go to the courts. I think any court in the land would say this is ridiculous. So, I mean, he's doing this for his own political cover and hopes that it'll stick as long as he's president. And, you know, if you watch his health, and I don't wish anything bad on anybody, his health is not good. I mean, how long does he live? And I think people are looking at it wondering, well, what is forever for Donald Trump? He'll be 80 years old next month, and who knows how much longer he has.
Well, finally, Mr. Locker, looking at the general public, do you actually think that Americans will scrutinize this ruling?
Well, I think a lot of people who are paying attention look at it and see it as blatant corruption. Is it going to change the course of the midterm elections? Maybe marginally, but probably not. I think gas prices, the continuing debacle in the Iran war will do that for him. His popularity is just dropping like a rock. And this is one more thing that's causing it to sink.
Mr. Ray Locker, we'll have to leave this discussion here. Thank you for your insights and for talking to us today.
Thanks for having me.